Hey Pisces, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope that y'all are doing well. Sorry I'm a little behind. I was having some difficulties. Okay, so we have the Destroyer, the Storm, the River, the Threshold, the Creator, and Eros. Pisces, I feel like there's an idea of really having to like destroy some confusion, right? Like the storm is the idea that there's just things coming at you from every different direction, and that, you know, you really just, you can't make sense of it from one way or another, right? Like just feeling really confused. I kind of want to say like sensory overload. So I don't know if you guys have had a whole lot going on lately, but I think there's just this idea of like feeling overwhelmed and a little bit confused because there's just like so much going on around you. And yet, with all the things going on around you, I think that there's a feeling of like you still are missing out on something that you want to do, right? It's like, okay, I'm doing all these things, but there's still, you know, like I just feel like this, but I want more, and I want this, and I want to do that, and I want to have this experience, I want to have that experience, and feeling like you can't do everything all at once. And so you're just kind of like, I want to say like having to like realign your focus for what it is that you want to do, because I want to say, you know, like the goal here is that you want to create a life that you're passionate about. And I kind of want to say like you haven't been able to like focus on like a specific idea of what it is that you're passionate about, because you've been very just kind of, and that's just like a Pisces way, you know, like you guys are very go with the flow, and you go here and you go there and you do whatever, and you know, love that about you guys. But like, again, also it's just one of those ideas where like if you're just going with the flow of everything and everyone around you, then sometimes it's harder to really like concrete decide like this is the direction I want to go, this is what I want to pursue, this is the passion that I hold dearest to me, you know, the passion that I seek to create in my life, you know, is a, I want to say it's specific, and you've been not generic but broadly spread out. You know, it's like if you think about the water, you know, like you've just gone down all of the paths, but now you're going to take all of the power of the water and put it in one direction. And when you go in that specific direction, it's like the force of, you know, like if after it rains and the water's rushing really bad, or you know, if you've ever been whitewater rafting, you know, like the currents will sweep you away. And I feel like Pisces has the power to sweep something, to sweep in a direction. I don't know why sweep, but you know, like the power to really forcefully move in a direction of creation. But you've just been very all of the different directions all at once, figuring things out as you go along, right? That's great. You gotta test the waters to understand which way you want to go. But I think that in testing the waters, you felt like there's one thing in particular that you really have wanted to focus your energy on that you just haven't had the opportunity to, you know, for whatever reason. And I think that you're coming into that point of opportunity, but there's an idea of really having to let go of, or, you know, like destroy the paths that were causing confusion. You know, like if you're spreading yourself too thin, then you need to focus in a direction. And then the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So, you know, it could be, Pisces, that you guys are really starting to come into a bigger sense of community, you know, that's more specific, right? Like if I think about the idea of like, I don't know, our high school was huge, you know, and like you're like, I don't know, I was friends with like all of the different groups, but I had my core group of friends, but then I was just always friends with like all the different groups of friends, so I could kind of like bounce in and out of the groups. And I feel like that's kind of the idea, is that you've been bouncing in and out of the groups, but now you're really, I want to say like focusing your energy on one group, one goal, one thing, you know, like it just feels like your waters went from all over to very like funneled in a specific direction. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Pisces. The moon. Having to really follow your intuition. 9 of Cups. Yeah, you guys really do feel like you're just like missing out on something. The Eight of Cups, the Nine of Cups. I mean, you know, the Eight of Cups is the idea that like he has all of this in front of him, but like it's still not what he wants. The Nine of Cups is the idea that like when things are good, they're good. When things are bad, they're bad. But it's never all one thing or the other. You know, very fluid in the nature of the, you know, experience of life. The Four of Wands is a group of people working together, and I feel like, again, I just want to say like there's like all these groups of people, but there's one group of people in particular who you bounced in and out of this group, or you bounced in and out of this idea or this like type of creativity, and you enjoy that. But when you bounce into another type, like a specific, more direct form, I think that it really, like, it satiates this feeling of like you're missing out. And I want to say that you don't really know exactly where you fit in this group. You know, it's like, well, I don't really know my role. And so I haven't, you know, like committed myself to it because, you know, my role is fluidity, right? But I think that you are following your intuition into a role that is going to feel more deliberate with a community of people, that removes the desire to flow in and out of different groups or organizations or different projects. You know, again, however that resonates for you. Pisces. Two of Pentacles and the Four of Wands. Yeah, I mean, again, I really do feel like, Pisces, you're coming into something that's just more deliberate or more intentional. You know, like you're moving away from a mentality that is like, you know, very fluid, and I can be here, I can be here, and I can be there, you know, like I can exist in all areas. And yes, you can, but I feel like the idea here is that you're really stationing yourself in a community that's bringing you a lot of balance and offering you a sense of direction that I think you had lacked previously. Not that that's a bad thing, just that it's a thing. Okay, Pisces. The riddle and the seed. Yeah, because I think part of what you were trying to figure out when you were, you know, flowing through these different communities is like, what exactly is it that I'm trying to do? Like, what is my end goal here? Like, do I, like, you know, I don't associate Pisces with the idea of like end goal ultimately, but I do feel like that's been a question, you know, like Saturn is in Pisces right now, and it's the idea of, you know, like being more disciplined, you know, in your creativity, being more disciplined in your fluidity. You know, like fluidity is essential, you know, like it carves the mountains and the, you know, the rivers and all of that, you know, like it carves nature. And so, you know, fluidity is very beautiful, but also, you know, like it's not always deliberate and it's not always direct. And I feel like there's been an idea here of you really trying to understand, you know, like how does your fluidity best serve, you know, like what communities does it work in, or what groups of people does it, you know, fit well with, and how can you intentionally create when you're just flowing through life. And that's been a question that you've been asking yourself. But there's something inside of you that I want to say, like, it's like, water me, you know, like if there's a little, you know, like a seedling in your heart that cries out, you know, like me, like focus on me, bring growth to me. And I feel like whatever this direction is that you're taking, Pisces, it serves to develop something inside of you that longs for growth, you know, that longs for development. And I think you're going to have the assistance of a community to really help you to build and develop that seedling of creativity that creates a lot of passion in your life. I love that for y'all, Pisces. Okay, I hope this resonates. If it does, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know how it does. And I will see y'all again soon. All right, bye.